let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to today's little coffee corner, because yes, that's what we're talking about today. I'm gonna tell you all about the coffee shop you can find in southern Spain. Now, you might know that currently I am living in Sevilla, and today's video is going to be about coffee shops you can find here in my city and also the cities of Málaga and Granada, which is where I did day trips to. Now, let's jump right into it. So my day trip in Malaga, I started off with grabbing a flat white and a bagel at a little place called Next Level Coffee. They had all sorts of breakfast goodies as well as cakes and cookies, along with a great selection of coffee. I really enjoyed that place. Other than that, in Malaga, I enjoyed walking through the streets, checking out the park, the Centre Pompidou, as well as the beach. That was really nice. And before I had to head back to the bus station, because I actually did not have a lot of time in that city, I checked out another coffee shop where I grabbed an iced matcha latte, which was perfect in the hot weather. There were some more cool coffee shops there, of course, but I only could squeeze so many into my short amount of time there. Now, in Sevilla being the biggest out of these three cities, of course, has a lot of coffee shops to offer, and I have taken you to some of them in like the videos I filmed whilst living here, so definitely check out my other content because I'm not going to talk about all of them right here. But yeah, like just to mention a few, my favorite one out of all of them is Virgin Coffee. That is like my absolute go-to. I go there, well, every single day that they're open, no joke. A lady for sure recognizes me. Oh gosh, I love it. They have amazing coffee, and I love to grab also like a madeleine from the store right next to it, and then sit down underneath the setas and just living my best life, enjoying a perfect morning. My favorite setup, madeleine. This time I took one that has a, let me show you, pistachio filling, an iced latte, and my favorite view in town. Another cool place here is called Parcería Café. I mentioned or I talked about that some more in another video, which I will link up above and down below, where I take like myself on this perfect date. It was a blast, let me tell you. Another cool cafe here is called Moya Brunch. They well, it's like 100% Instagram aesthetic if you're into that, with like pink walls and like it in general has like this beachy vibe to it. They have a lot of like brunch goodies and avocado toast and smoothie bowls and like juices and coffees, and one day I sat down there and had like both the juice and the coffee because I was really thirsty. Okay. then last but not least, a coffee shop I discovered way too late into my stay here is Delatribu coffee, very close to a cathedral. They specialize on specialty coffee and bread, though every time I went there, there was not a grain of wheat to be seen in sight, so I don't know if what that bread part is actually about, but I guess they might have it on some occasions, I don't know, but they too have very good coffee. Now, moving on to Granada, another city I did a day trip to. Like, to be really honest, out of all of these cities, I was most impressed with Granada's population to coffee shop ratio, because the amount of really cool and hip, like honestly, New York soul style coffee shops in Granada was impressive. So the first place I checked out while there was called Sur Café. Due to Corona, they unfortunately did not have any places to sit down, which is why I had to take it to go. But the coffee was very good. They also had like a selection of tostadas, which is like sandwiches they prepared fresh on hand. That was lovely. While I was still drinking that first coffee, I went past a second coffee shop called La Finca, which looked super cool. It was like this little side street and had like these bar seats out on front. I love me some bar seats. Also, like at the Moya Brunch place, I sat on like bar seats but like indoors, and I could just like people watch. I love that. So yeah, this Finca place looked amazing as well, but I was literally still drinking my first coffee, so I couldn't check it out. But later on, I went to, damn, what was the name again? Well, you're gonna see it on the screen here somewhere. And that I think was my favorite coffee place out of all of the ones in Granada, if not even my favorite one out of all of them. After Virgin Coffee, I'm a loyal customer, okay? Now that place, it was just like pure aesthetics. It was so sleek and cool and modern. They had such a great variety of like sandwiches and breakfast goods. The coffee there was amazing. The barista, I ordered a hot latte, and the barista made me like this swan latte art. I was I was completely in love. Like, he gave me a swan and I gave him my heart. I think it was the first time I got like a swan, like a cool latte art like that, which is why I was so, oh my god, I love it here. But honestly, that was like a moment of pure bliss. Me sitting there like at the window with like the fresh breeze coming in, the sunshine, my latte, my toast. I had like a, wait, what was it? Goat cheese, honey, and walnut toast. It was amazing. Like, that place, it was perfection. Now, other than coffee shops, I also visited the Alhambra in Granada, which is like the biggest site, the UNESCO World Heritage on site. It was amazing. Like, only unfortunately there were so many people there that you couldn't quite appreciate everything, because you were like kind of pushed through the rooms, etc. So I would have loved to have a little alone time with the entire thing, but that wasn't possible. And I guess this was even like just like a percentage of how many people there are usually in like a normal year, because like we're still like in this corona situation, so there weren't even as many people there as I guess in like a normal year. So can't even imagine what that's like. And then before I had to head back home again, I went to one last coffee shop that was Noad Coffee, and that too had like a really cool aesthetic, very like minimalistic and like with the plants here and there. Oh gosh, I love that shit, honestly. I mean, I love me some plants, especially fake plants. And there I had again an iced latte and like this treat. I don't even know what it was. It was like this crumbly, chewy, nutty cookie kind of thing with a bit of apricot, preserve or like marmalade in it. Yo, I don't even need to know what it was. All I need to know is it was good. So there too, I had an amazing time. Drinking, eating, reading, that's all I really ever want to do. So like again, the coffee shop selection in Granada especially was top notch. Now, of course, in all of these cities, there are more coffee shops to check out, but these were like my picks, the places I went to. I really loved all of them. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Again, if you want even more recommendations for Sevilla, check out my other Sevilla content because I'm going to a few more places in those videos. And other than that, make sure to drink a good cup of joe today. And with that, I'm saying thank you for being here and bye.